Hey everybody, it is another awesome episode of Cop Blast Podcast. It is the 16th of 2016. This is Matt of Carbon County Cop Block.
I'm Scott Marshall of the Oath Accountability Project.
Rick Gonzalez, Allentown Cop Block. What's going on, guys?
How's it going tonight?
It's going great.
Another week down.
So, would you guys have any interactions with cops or do any cop blocking related activities, Matt?
Actually, this week has been kind of quiet for me. I started a new job, kind of been doing a little bit of work instead of out cop blocking, but who knows? The week is young.
Rick and I had a little bit of news, or not really news, but just a little bit of. We had been planning for this checkpoint coming up that happens every year when Dark Star Orchestra comes to play at the local concert hall, Penn's Peak. Anybody around here that's local, or anybody that knows about that show, knows that that's what they do when Dark Star Orchestra comes to town. They usually come twice a year, and that's when they like to set up their little checkpoint, conveniently only doing, one side of the road, and just so happens to be on the same side of the road that leads to the concert. Kind of conveniently, I guess. Seems like they're pretty good at their timing. But anyhow, we kind of made so much of a stink and let so many people know that that this checkpoint was going to be happening. In my opinion, we actually deterred them from setting it up at all, because this is the first time in years that they hadn't set up this checkpoint when these guys came to town. It rained most of the morning that day, but the afternoon it was sunny, it was nice out. It would have been a perfect day for them to set up a checkpoint, and they never did. So I like to think that Rick and I probably saved a couple dozen people from a couple $100 worth of bullshit fucking extortion fees.
I think you're absolutely right. I think you did.
And maybe some people going to jail. I'm not the type of person that likes to toot my own horn, but I really feel like this was a win for us. I do. We had the Facebook event page. It's not a really big number. It said that we had 10 people going, but the cops look at that and say, well, shit, 10 people are going to show up to our checkpoint? We might want to rethink this.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a pretty big win.
Yeah.
So a win. And while I had Rick with me, because he lives a good bit away, while I had him with me, instead of wasting that time, we decided to go up to the parking lot where they were doing all the tailgating and setting up their little booths and stuff, peddling their wares. Rick and I decided to take some of the flyers from the fairdui.org site. If you guys don't know about this, fairdui.org, I think maybe at this point they have all 50 states up, where they have the local laws that are specific to your state and a little instructions on the best way to deal with these laws in your state while at a checkpoint. In Pennsylvania, see, Rick's holding it up right now. Basically, you hold one side up against the window, which is the instructions for the police, saying,
hold it up still, Rick?
He's saying, I'm exercising my rights. I want a lawyer. I'm only gonna cooperate with clearly stated orders.
Says to
just
put the ticket underneath the windshield wiper. I have to exhibit my papers, not hand them to you. I am not required to sign. Thus, I am not opening my window. I will comply clearly with stated lawful orders.
Yeah, and on the other side, it basically just says, keep silent, and it tells you why you don't have to put your stuff up and everything. It's pretty reassuring, and it has a little space for you to put your lawyer's phone number. Now, see, I had a lot of people ask me specifically if I was a lawyer. I am not a lawyer, but this was created by a lawyer. Or I think a few lawyers. This guy is the lawyer out of Florida, I believe. I can't remember his name. But he had a couple videos that he did with PNAC, where they went through the checkpoints and actually got arrested and then were promptly released with apologies. So that's a pretty good video. They have like a 360 video, but it's like with the 2 bars. I think this was before YouTube really adopted the sphere video. So it's the 2 bars, but it's really good 360 video, and I suggest anybody go watch this. FairDUI.org. You can find all the information there. But we walked around, we talked to a bunch of people, and I feel like we were really well received. There were a few people that were like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna say that I'm taking my brother home," and blah 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 blah. And it's like, well, dude, no, you don't have to, try to talk your way through it.
Yeah.
Don't, keep your. Now this is Pennsylvania laws. So find the one specific to your state. But in Pennsylvania, you keep your windows all the way up. You don't roll them down, and you don't answer any questions. So by not answering any questions, they can't say that you slurred your speech, and by not rolling your window down, they can't say that they smelled anything. So there's both of their sources of probable cause. Aside, unless you got like a baggie sitting right on your seat, or you're like slouched over in your seat, like, I think you'll be all right. And always you need to record, because that's another thing. Cops are less likely to lie and say that you were slurring your words if you have a video record of you not slurring your words.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, guess I'm getting a little SOS coming through. Yeah, it was a good time. I feel like we were well received. Let's see, good time, well received. Handed out plenty of flyers and business cards. People really appreciated what we were doing. Another thing, made sure to tell everybody, we do not advocate for drinking and driving or driving impaired at all. We don't advocate for that. We don't want you to do that. If you do that shit, you're an asshole. But
absolutely.
But the thing is, we want to protect people from getting their rights violated, and the cops use this, drinking and driving guys to really just kind of make it so that they could just have any old reason to pull you over and stop you. So
yeah, because unfortunately, you sit there and people, will say, well, do they have probable cause? Do they have probable cause? Well, I ask those people, do you actually know what probable cause means? Like, do you know what all encompasses probable cause?
Yeah, people are like, oh, well, you refuse to search, so that's automatic probable cause. And it's like, no. No, it's not. That's dumb think. You gotta... And my biggest thing is most people, they think that they know what the law is just because they think they know what it is. And the thing is, most of these people haven't taken the time to look it up. They'll come on your YouTube and say, oh, you're an idiot, blah, 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 everybody knows, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, did you even take a second to verify what the fuck you were talking about? Because, I'm pretty sure...
from like Law and Order, SVU, Cops, this bullshit. They've watched enough movies, they think they know.
It's like, dude, when was the last time you even thought about your rights? Like, when was, like, you're coming on my YouTube channel and your name is something like Big Money Donkey Dick, and it's like, did you even think about your rights anytime in the last 6 months, and now you're gonna come and tell me that I don't have rights and that the cops have rights? And that's another thing. Hold on. Another thing, I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of into a rant here, but I got a lot of people on my YouTube telling me that the cops have rights. The cops don't have any rights. They're in a fucking uniform. They're on the job. They don't have any more rights than you do working at fucking Burger King, okay? Because if you're working at Burger King and you tell somebody to shut their fucking face or some shit like that, you could get fired. This is America, freedom of speech. Yeah, but when you put on the fucking uniform and you say, okay, I'm now selling my time to you. You now own my time, so therefore you own what I can and can't do during this time that you own it. So the cops don't have rights. They're fucking employees. They have as much rights as the motherfucker working down at Burger King. Okay? Everybody says, oh, rights, rights, rights. No, people have rights. Uniforms don't have rights.
Absolutely. And I want to go ahead and say that Retro said, bless you. Like, bless you guys for what you guys were out there doing. And I want to say back to him, like, you know what? Bless you for watching us. Because, honestly, between you and Boots, you guys, tune in just about every episode, and it's really appreciated. We have some stragglers who come in here and there, but you guys are our faithful too, that we see just about every episode. So once again, thank you for tuning in, man.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got that ran out of the way, and me and Rick's little adventures around town. Some other news that I wanted to bring up.
No, the hair is gone.
That's right. I'm taking off the shirt.
Hell yes.
Because my boy Dio is out.
Yes, he is.
He was granted his bond on appeal. They I forget which court said this, but they said that he absolutely had the right to a bail or a bond during his appeal. So they granted it.
Because, I mean, think about it this way, most times when people get denied their bonds or get denied a bail, it's because of a couple of reasons. One, because it's a felony charge, and two, because they're at extreme flight risk. Now, He was there on misdemeanors, and he's not a flight risk. So there was no reason for him not to have a bail, except for the Parma County just was like, fuck Dio Odalecki. Well, that right there, his rights were completely thrown out the window so they could make a point. And I'm really hoping that not only does he win his appeal, but then he goes and taps him to the wall for not only stealing his time, but over sentencing the crap out of him.
Oh yeah, I mean there's various violations there. I mean, cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, he was basically exercising his rights, and one of the big problems that they had was that he was holding up a sign that said "checkpoint ahead, turn here," and they were saying, "Oh, well, he's fucking with traffic and traffic." Okay, let me tell you what. I can drive down any motherfucking interstate in the fucking country and see a billboard that will say McDonald's, next exit. Like, what?
Yeah, and you'll look and you see like 2 or 3 of these things like, don't forget to turn here, exit here.
Oops, you just missed the peanut factory, turn back. Or I don't know what the peanut factory is, just some shit that I made up. But in Virginia,
when them all over the place.
In Virginia, when you start to go south, I know from traveling from Richmond to Kitty Hawk down there in North Carolina, we would always, I can't remember what road it was, but it's the Virginia Diner. Anybody from Virginia kind of knows about the Virginia Diner. They have the Virginia Diner. It's down south there, and I mean, for 50 miles, just about, maybe 20 miles. For 20 miles, every mile they have a billboard that says, coming up. And then when you pass it, it's got billboards that say, turn back, you missed the Virginia Diner. I mean, it's...
just to even point on that, I don't know if any of you guys have ever taken a trip down I-95 down to Florida, but the second you hit North Carolina all the fucking way down, damn near to Florida, you start seeing billboards for south of the border. South of the border.
Oh, yeah, south of the border. South of the border.
And I mean, states ahead of where south of the border is, they start promoting this. South of the border, 700 miles. It's like, why the fuck are you promoting this? But they're everywhere, all up and down I-95.
Yep.
And it's even like a good 55, 60 miles after you've passed south of the border. They're like, hey, just in case you are really stupid and missed this by 50 miles, it's back that way.
Yeah, back that way, 50 miles.
So if I mean, I guess it's what because they paid for advertising space, and that some of that goes back to the state of which the road is sitting aside. Is that why it's okay? Because
Oh,
I wasn't aware that putting that would be the same argument of saying that if I was supporting one of these presidential candidates and I took one of those little signs and put it in my front yard, that's the same argument as saying, oh well, you're disrupting traffic. Or how about those parents who take their really disrespectful ass kids and make them stand on the side of the road holding a sign? It's like, I beat my shit in public. Like,
or even it doesn't even have to be like that. It had or like the little car wash. Little high school kids standing out there. Car wash for our baseball team.
yeah,
Come get your car washed by a bunch of kids. It's like all right.
yeah, but that's not disruption. But the second you start speaking out against their activities and their revenue generation schemes, well then you bet your ass you're just a danger to all the passerbys. I mean, take when last November when we were standing out there on that monument and one of the cops were saying, "Oh, you can't use your megaphone, or really we're concerned that you're doing this stuff because what if somebody drives by and your megaphone scares them and they veer off and crash into somebody?" And it's like, well, you guys use sirens and bullhorns all the time to do your shit, but you're not worried about people then. So
Exactly. It's just this is government hypocrisy. I mean, I almost feel like that's redundant to say government hypocrisy because a government itself is hypocrisy.
I agree with
That's a whole big political talk, but just basically, government is hypocrisy because government is basically says you can't do this, but I can do this because I'm the government, and I mean it doesn't. It really doesn't even need that big of an explanation. Just with the police mostly, you can't hit somebody, but the police can show up and hit somebody. But because they're paid by taxpayers, they can do that.
So before we start jumping into stories, I wanted to go ahead and kind of ask a question to some of our viewers because there was a conversation Scott and I were having earlier about maybe broadening our scope of things that we were going to be talking about and maybe even starting a second show to encompass more than just police, but just about damn near anything we want to talk about.
We were thinking of more of like an open forum, free flow, conversation where we just start out and then just one of us just starts talking about what we want to talk about. We could start off at 9/11 and end up at as like Cash for Clunkers. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows where? But I think it might be might be a good way to branch out, kind of loosen things up because I feel like lately I've been getting tunnel vision.
Agreed.
Where we talk about these stories all the time, and when I see them pop up, it's like I don't even have to read the article to know what happened. Oh,
yep.
Cop punches kid. Well, let's see. The cop was trying to be a big bully, and the kid wasn't having it, so the cop had to one up him and punch him in the face.
And then the police chief decides to stand up and have him or her decide to have some sort of press conference where they take the cop's side, and then nothing happens. All charges are dropped, and then the week after that, we're sitting here on the podcast, discussing it, but it's kind of like the same thing we talked about 3 weeks ago. So it kind of gives us the ability to branch out, talk about more, and honestly get you guys involved more, to be able to help us not only in the questions, kind of guide what you want us to talk about. Like maybe you guys have something that has absolutely nothing to do with cops, but you guys are like, this is more of like a cop show, so maybe it's not the right question, but on there, that's perfect. So it's kind of
we don't really have a name or really like like a solid schedule for that yet. It will probably run concurrent after this show, and we're gonna, and I think we should do it after this one so that we have more a more flexible time frame. So if 15 minutes until the end of the show, somebody starts talking about something really engaging, we don't want to have to like,
Exactly.
because this show is more regimented. We have stories that we're gonna read on and stuff. So, yeah.
So we kind of want to just throw out the linear format and kind of just make it a nice big sandbox conversation, and I just think that would be a lot of fun, not only for us here at our studios, but just you guys out there as well, because you never know what we're going to bring up next, and that's just kind of, I don't know, just sounds fun. So.
Yep. So I'm actually I'm looking forward to this. Also, there's going to be some coming changes with OAP. We're going to switch things up, kind of keep it under wraps for now because I've got a few minor things that I want to figure out first. But yeah, I'm going to be changing some things up with OAP. Me and Matt are going to do something a little bit different with it, and we're possibly going to be doing a name change as well. So.
This whole idea is like a brand new love child still in the womb. We're waiting to give it birth. So just
yeah, we're still molding it and decide.
And just kind of keeping you guys up to date, keeping you guys involved, but letting you know some fun things are coming, some new things are in the works, and hopefully you guys are gonna get as excited about it as we are. So.
Yep.
But with that, why don't we start doing what we came here to do?
Yeah, you know what? That was pretty good for a segment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
Rick.
Oh, actually, yeah, Rick. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Just here listening to you guys talk about the changes. I'm excited for them as well. Can't wait to get started.
Okay.
So.
Rick, why don't you show us that shirt?
Oh yeah, what, this one?
Yeah, where'd you get that?
It was a trade-off. I traded one of my other Cop Block shirts for this one.
Well, if anybody out there watching wants to get one, where can they actually get that?
Copblock.org/show. I mean, /store. Sorry about that. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with me?
And that Copblock/store is actually officially, once again, run by the Dio Odalecki himself. So head on to the copblock.org/store. Also, I wanted to give a thank you. I don't know if any of you are listening, but when Dio's Bond was announced, a demo right out of the gates posted on Facebook a PayPal link for anybody to donate, because his bond was $10,000, and he ended up getting people to donate over $1,000 towards his bond, and got him out. Now I could only donate $5, a little speck, but some people gave $200 and $300. I mean, and I just, for those of you that did that for our friend, I just want to say, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I would actually like to not only address that, but I'd actually like to this week give out 2 awards. Can we do 2 awards, guys? Can we do 2?
Okay, why not? It's our show.
Yes, right. So the first award is, I would actually like to give it to, and this is a second-time winner, but I would like to give it to Ademo Freeman. I would like to give him the Road Warrior award, and the reason why I want to give him that is the second he heard about this, he jumped in his car and drove 10.5 hours straight to make sure he was there at 8 a.m. to post this bond and get Dio out. The second one I want to give out is to every single person who donated or supported Dio. I want to give you guys the Brotherhood in Arms Award, because everybody linked together and made sure that this got out and got national. Everybody was talking about it. I mean, I want to talk about everybody who not only posted about it, wrote a story about it, even just decided to tell their grandma about it, I want to give an award to you for just being there for your boy and making sure that he just wasn't another person swept under the rug.
Yep, and
So-
I know for a fact he appreciates it. Even when he got out, Ademo was live streaming, and the first thing that Dio said to the camera was, thank you to everybody who donated. I could see it in his face that he was incredibly grateful, and yeah. So you people that didn't donate, head over to copblock.org/store and buy something. Help the man out.
Absolutely.
The first thing that well, not really the first thing, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is 3 days ago was the 31st anniversary of the Philadelphia MOVE bombing.
Ooh,
That's
right.
I'm not sure if our listeners are really aware of what happened, so
Yeah,
we got a little
Philadelphia
video.
did a good job at keeping that one on the hush. That was definitely a straight-up act of domestic terrorism done by
Police.
police.
Oh, and the mayor and the mayor of Philadelphia.
So you have a video for this, right?
Yeah. There's a video. There's a video I got up here. Give me a second.
Just in
Give me a
case
second
you
to
guys
get
have
this.
no idea what we're talking about, just giving you guys just a little bit of information before we start talking, and maybe you've got a question that we don't answer, and you watched it. You're watching this on a or just on YouTube and don't have the ability to ask us a direct question. Just so you don't get lost here, we're gonna play this video. Hopefully, it gives you guys some information, gets you guys on enough of the same page to where you don't get lost in this conversation.
Yeah. We're about the video is about 15 minutes long, so we're not going to be able to get all of it. But we can definitely. The first part is going to give you a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Fire from the attack incinerated 6 adults and 5 children and destroyed 65 homes. Despite 2 grand jury investigations and a commission finding the top officials were grossly negligent, no one from city government was criminally charged. Here is how the bombing was initially reported in Philadelphia on WCAU radio.
I've just been advised that we have new videotape of the episode that apparently we think ended the MOVE situation tonight, the dropping of an incendiary device.
Okay, I just want to pause for a second. The way that newscaster addressed this, he called it. He said the end of the MOVE situation. Now, MOVE was, if I'm not mistaken, MOVE was the name of their movement. They were pretty much these people that were trying to live, an off-the-grid lifestyle. They were pretty much had gone full Amish, but in the heart of Philadelphia, and the surrounding people just that were in the neighborhood did not take kindly to this.
Mm-hmm.
But these are free people, and this is free America. And if you don't like something that's going on, you can. If you don't like what's going on in your area, then move a couple streets over or something. Don't say don't infringe on somebody else's freedoms because you're uncomfortable with it. Now I know this is the argument that a lot of the cop apologists use to say, well, if you don't like it, then you can move to another country. But see, my argument's a bit different. These people didn't have to leave their country. Just move a couple blocks away. I mean, if somebody's lifestyle is that fucking bother,
Yep.
fucking change it.
Ooh.
Change your life. Don't make them change their life because you have a problem with it. And I know I'm going to get off topic here for a second, but it's not that fucking easy to just get up and leave the country. You have to be accepted into other countries to go there.
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, illegal immigrants out, but they think that people are just gonna, oh, you're American, please come to our country. No. So sorry for that. As I digress, let me get back.
Let's take a careful look at this 5:27 p.m. State Police helicopter drops in. There is the explosion. As you can see, a very dramatic explosion that occurs 30 seconds and really rips into the MOVE compound. There you see the bunker, which soon will go up in flames. And that was the explosion close up. Now, if there's anybody there, standing there, it's obvious they couldn't survive that explosion.
That was WCAU TV, actually. We saw some video there. MOVE was a Philadelphia-based radical movement dedicated to black liberation and a back to nature lifestyle. It was founded by John Africa, and all its members took on the surname Africa. In 2010, Ramona Africa, the sole adult survivor of the attack, told Democracy Now! What happened as the bomb was dropped on her house.
In terms of the bombing, after being attacked the way we were, first with 4 deluge hoses by the fire department, and then tons of tear gas, and then being shot at, the police admit to shooting over 10,000 rounds of bullets at us in the first 90 minutes.
Okay, I just want to say, where the fuck did the police get 10,000 rounds of ammunition? And I mean, I know that this was big city, but
They were planning on making this assassin hit for.
Oh yeah, of course they were.
So they had
because
some time to make some orders and you know.
Yeah, I mean this was
helicopters with bombs on it.
This was a planned coup, or if you will, you know, and the whole thing basically kicked off when the police were trying to, you know, evict the people from these places because they said it was unsafe and unsanitary conditions, and there was some friendly fire. Well, it's still up for debate today because, you know, of course the government's not going to tell you what really happened, but there's a lot of people that say that there was an officer that was shot and killed in the beginning of this. Now, I could be getting all of these details way the fuck wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry to the internet people that are going to inevitably have my head for it. But as from what I'm remembering, is they were trying to evict these people, and an officer got shot and killed. But a lot of people are saying that it was friendly fire, that that was an accidental shooting, but they used this as leverage, or kind of as like as a reason or an excuse to go in there and really do some really nasty harm. They ended up sorry, her face was bugging me. Pause like that. But
it's not much better, but
yeah. But anyhow, they dropped this bomb on the rooftops of these houses without any warning. Like, it was like there was a lot of shooting, and then they basically stopped shooting. And when they stopped shooting, it was a couple hours where it was like pretty quiet and calm, and you know, nothing was going on. And then they got in this helicopter with C4 explosive. Okay, so they had to get that from the fucking Pentagon, from the military. Fucking Philadelphia police doesn't have C4 explosives.
fuck no.
So they got in a helicopter, went over the compound, and dropped the bomb onto the top of the building, and blew it the fuck up.
And then did a great job, realistically did a great job of just putting it under the rug.
Oh,
Because-
well, hold on. That's not even the whole story. They blew the fuck up out of the building, and then the building caught on fire, and it burned like 80 houses. 250 people were out of.
It was 61 row homes.
Yeah, like 250 people were put out on the street, and I don't even remember how many people died.
It was like 11 people, but 4 of them were children.
Yep, they died, and that's because the mayor of the city told them to let it burn. Let it burn, like
That's just insane.
And this was kind of, I want to say, wasn't this around kind of almost the same time that Waco happened? Maybe Waco was before this.
Waco was 1993. I was actually just looking into that. Yeah, Janet Reno gave the order in '93 to go in and deal with the Waco standoff because that was a 51-day standoff going on in Waco, Texas. But I was right there with you, Scott, thinking about that. This is very much feels like a predecessor to the Waco standoff. Government, whether it was at the state or federal level, just didn't like what was going on, what a group of individuals were doing, and decided that they were going to use way too much damn force. And once the fire started, fuck it, just let it burn. We've got it. We've got everything we want done.
Well, you know what that's called, right? That's called sending a message. And their message was that we're the government and we do and say whatever the fuck we want, and you are subject to it because we don't give a shit about you. That's basically my interpretation of their fucking message, is that we will win every time. And that's their... I mean...
Yep.
How can something that this big happen? And like I was, I could go into work tomorrow and start talking about the MOVE bombing, and people be like, "What? What are you talking about?" I mean, the fucking police bombed and burned down an entire city block in Philadelphia, killing many people, and like the police did this. The police used a bomb. Like, what?
And now, see, I want to get back to the whole like form of cover-up, because it's not just like a generation gap that doesn't know about this. There's so many people. Like, you say Waco, Texas, and people are like, now, are you talking about the shooting, or are you talking about the compound burning? Like, they know what the fuck that's going on. But like you said, you can walk into your work, mention the MOVE bombing, and people who have lived in Pennsylvania their whole lives, who are only like not even 90 miles north of where this incident took place, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't want to play this card, but there's a pretty good, I think a pretty good reason why most people have heard of Waco. They haven't heard of MOVE.
Because a whole bunch of white people died in Texas, but it was a whole bunch of black people who died in Philly. And how often in this country does a whole bunch of shitty stuff happen to white people and it goes quiet? That doesn't happen. But shitty stuff happens to the African American community all the time, and we're supposed to just be like, they're used to it. Like, the fuck that. Like, fuck that all day. Now, I know this was the 80s, and, things were a little different back then, but even still being a little different doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right at all, and especially nowadays where it's, 31 years later, and people still are kind of like, wait, what the fuck happened? Like, what did the news just tell me happened? That means for some, that would be, in my mind, that would be like learning Waco happened and just had no fucking idea that this took place. Like, this happened in, I mean, granted, I was small. I was just out the nut when this took place. But I mean, I remember Waco, and Waco had national coverage when Waco went down. I was living in Kansas at the time of Waco, and it was on every station. Everybody knew what the hell was going on. Everybody was waiting to see what Janet Reno and Bill Clinton were going to do at this point. Everybody knew.
And see, the difference here also is this was a very quiet situation, because the news guy actually says, we just obtained the footage from, so they didn't even have live news crews out there. Or, I mean, I know it was 85, so I mean, technology was probably not up to speed yet, but how was it?
They still had them big ass, damn near looking Doppler satellites on top of the vans at that point. Just same idea as what they have now, just a hell of a lot bigger. And they'd be driving all around with it, because I remember early '90s when some shit went down in Phoenix when I was living out there, and seeing news vans out there and live coverage. I mean, they've been doing live coverage since the '60s in the sense of on location reports. They've been doing that since like late '50s, early '60s. So
wasn't the JFK assassination on live TV?
Yeah, exactly. So you're talking late, that's late 60s right there.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
early 60s, but I mean, so,
I'm not too versed on my my TV technology timeline there.
but I mean, JFK was 63, so
68.
68? I thought
Yeah.
it was 63. Oh yeah, you're right, 68. Sorry, reverse numbers. Reverse numbers.
That's
November
the
23rd,
year
68. Yep.
that's the year America died.
Yep. November. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I had two different dates in my head mixed up. Yeah, November 23rd, 63.
Yep. We never recovered from 1968. Never did.
So
Oh, well.
I mean, and I'm wondering, we've got a couple viewers here. You guys know where the questions and the comment section is, guys. Did you guys know about the MOVE bombings? Like, I want to know. Did you guys have any before we started talking about this? Had you ever heard of this? I really want to know. Like, I'm intrigued because I know right before coming down here, you had sent me something saying, you know what? Oh man, this is the 31-year anniversary. We should bring this up. And I was like, oh shit, that's right, down in Philly. And I was actually sitting at my dinner room table and discussing this with my fiance and her mother, and neither one of them had any idea what the hell I was talking about.
That's your soon-to-be mother-in-law.
I know. Don't remind me.
I'm glad we could get a laugh out of the MOVE bombing, even if it had to be at your soon-to-be mother-in-law's and even your expense. So.
Yeah, you gotta make light. You gotta make light somewhere.
For some fucked up reason, those are my favorite types of laughs, are the ones that are at other people's
At my
expense. Okay, well, we've lined up a whole bunch of stories here,
that
but
we're not gonna get to. So why don't we pick one of the good ones?
Let's
the first one's a good one.
Yeah, I
Los
think.
Angeles?
I think the first one's a good one, and then we'll do the cop loses cool and hits teenager.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure I have all these windows open already.
Retro says he's never heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the MOVE bombing, they burned the fucking Philadelphia police, burned down an entire city block and killed multiple people just because they didn't like the way these people were living, basically.
Yep. Just more injustices done by our government. It's just.
Yeah, I don't like the way you're living, so you're just not gonna do it anymore.
Here's what I gotta say, and I know that this is not exactly where we normally go in this show, but if you can see that our government has no problem doing things like Waco or the MOVE bombing, you really think 9/11 is outside the realm of something that they would do? Just throwing that out there. 9/11 was an inside job.
Bush did 9/11.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Okay, now that we hit all the cliches,
Yeah.
now that we hit all the cliche,
Yes. Moving on.
Okay, Los Angeles deputies forced to release handcuffed man when cop watchers catch them making unlawful arrest. Spotting a man riding a bicycle on a sidewalk, Los Angeles Sheriff deputies sprung into action and stopped their car, ordering the man off his bicycle. Now, these are people driving in a car that stopped it to tell a man to get off his bicycle.
How fucking stupid is that?
They handcuffed him and told him he was breaking the law. Now, I mean, don't you feel like even if that is against the law, don't you feel like that's something that should be like a warning? Like, hey, don't ride on the sidewalk.
Yeah, don't do that.
This is a warning. And then they get, but no, the era of warnings and whatever are over. The only reason that you would get a warning nowadays is if either you were getting special treatment or in your fucking record when they look you up it says something like cop blocker, do not engage, which I'm almost positive.
It's in your record, man.
I'm almost positive that's what it says on my record because
we all have that.
like couple weeks ago, I got pulled over, and this cop, like, I don't understand why he would have taken the time to pull me over pull me over on some bullshit to not write me that bullshit ticket. Like, why would you waste your fucking time? I mean, I stated that I saw the light was yellow for the entire time that I saw it, but other than that, there was really no exchange. So
yeah, normally when you get a ticket, or you get a warning, like they walk up and you're one of those people like, yeah, officer, I was speeding and I might have changed lanes without a blinker. I'm sorry, my bad. And they're like, thank you for being honest. I'm just gonna give you a warning. You're like, nah, officer, that light was yellow and I kept going. Like I didn't do what you said I did. And he's like, all right, you get a warning.
yeah, well, after he says, well, give me your information. He walks back to his car, and then he comes back and says, I'm going to give you a warning. Like, fuck you, you're giving me a warning? A warning for what, asshole? Like, I'm giving you no, he didn't even give me a warning. He said, I'm giving you a break today. I was like,
Yeah.
For what?
I'm not even warning you. I'm just going to give you a break. Please don't put this on the internet.
Yeah, and I was, I'm still. He tells me he doesn't give me a break, and I'm still arguing with him. Like, no, dude, I didn't run that light. And he's like, I told you I was giving you a break. Well, I heard that part, but I'm still telling you why you're an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
Of course, thanks for giving me a break, but you basically just gave me a break for doing nothing. Fuck your break. Like, fuck you and your break.
You probably saw like all the cameras that were in your car was like, this motherfucker's got that on video.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna win this one. I'm not even gonna waste my time taking him to court.
Just for those wondering, that would be 2 360 cams and a cell phone, and sometimes a handy cam. So I don't fuck around.
You roll around with more recording equipment than freaking MSNBC. I swear to God. We've seen what MSNBC rolls around with. It's like a little TV, this dude with a small ass camera, and a woman like, please don't stand in my shot. And that's MSNBC all day.
Yeah, and these cops, they will stop at nothing to prevent me from fucking using it, or prevent me from getting anything. Like the last time in town when I tried to use it, they fucking 2 cops pulled a U-turn and pulled somebody over that was sitting at a red light. Okay, they made this guy pull over to the side of the road while he's sitting at a fucking in the busiest little cluster in town, like the fucking asshole traffic area. Yeah. They went through all that, and I parked, and as soon as I got across the street, they fucking jumped in their cars and left. Like
nope. Here comes Marshall. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like, you motherfuckers, I wanted to get a good video.
Yeah, so anyways, this dude gets pulled over, or they pull this dude over off of his bike. Like, that's ridiculous,
Should I play the video?
Yeah, let's play the video.
Yeah, there's like 3. So
play one of them.
I'll play one of them.
One.
All right, I'll play the top one. All right.
No way. No fucking way. All right, we got him. Okay, I think the sheriff. Wait, hold on. Let him pull him over. Let him stop. I'm still rolling. Okay, before I show this video, I want to make clear, as you can see right here, we are riding our bicycles on the east side of Vermont Boulevard, which is the city of Los Angeles. The city of Los Angeles does not prohibit riding bicycles on the sidewalk. However, the criminal Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies go out of their jurisdiction, which is the west side of Vermont Boulevard, to come over and illegally stop and search and handcuff Ricky Monday when Ricky was not breaking the law whatsoever.
Isn't Ricky Monday a cop blocker or activist?
I'm not sure.
I heard of his name
The
before.
cops are jacking Ricky right now.
And they added.
They done fucked with the wrong person.
Looks like the sheriff's
I like the way he gets out his bike.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Just rolls up. What the fuck you guys doing?
Hey, Dan, stand by. Okay, they got Ricky handcuffed saying you can't ride on the sidewalk, but we're in the city of Los Angeles where it's legal to ride on a sidewalk.
Get him.
Bullshit, motherfucker! What city are you in?
Hey, Dan.
Now, I just want to say that most people would disagree with how this guy is approaching the police. I would say it's completely appropriate because they are asserting their force on somebody who has not committed a crime. So they deserve a tongue lashing and a half. I think I'm not going to say what I think they deserve because I don't think anybody should give it to them. But I mean, any other situation where a civilian was trying to steal another civilian, I would think that it would be appropriate to defend yourself. But
listen, I've been in more than one situation with police in my life where I was doing something, didn't realize that what I was doing, I guess, was maybe somewhat on the questionable side, and an officer pulls up, and the first thing he asks me is, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I was outside of what I guess I should have been doing, and their first question is, "What the fuck were you doing?" That's exactly what this dude did. He rolled up and was like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you are way outside of what the hell you're allowed to do."
Exactly.
That's not even their patrol area.
Yeah, they're outside of their jurisdiction right now, and
at that point, where they're standing right now, they are just as much civilians as the other three men who are on the street. They really are. They're outside of their jurisdiction, whether they are on the clock or not. They have absolutely zero rights to be doing what they're doing.
No, well, they didn't have rights on the clock, but
and then check out the coward move they pull when they get confronted.
Okay, look, Ricky's bike's got a rear light and a front light.
Look it up, motherfucker. That's Ricky Monday.
And they got him.
You know what he does? I'm not worried about it. Oh, I know.
Okay, they got Ricky they got him handcuffed, and they're searching him for supposedly riding a bike on the sidewalk.
Did I give you permission to search me?
And Ricky says he didn't give him permission to search. It looks like the Los Angeles County Sheriff just got busted.
Here, pause it real quick.
Illegal search.
Now, exactly, illegal search. Now, he is, at most, he has committed a summary offense if that was illegal, because something like riding your bike on a sidewalk, at the very least, is like a summary. Like, here's
that is not a
$25 fine.
It's not an arrestable offense. It's
exactly.
not. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. And maybe if he had warrants, but it's not an arrestable offense. I mean, my thing is
no right to even touch him, let alone put their hands inside of his pockets.
My thing is, what are they going to tell the magistrate when they haul his ass in there? What did he do?
He was riding his bike.
Bike on the sidewalk? Like, what? So, and the magistrate is going to look at him and be like, he's riding his bike on the sidewalk? For one, that's not illegal, and for two, why is he here for that? Like, but, you know, then again, all those people work together, so the magistrate might pull him aside and be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, man? So, here we go, more video.
Now the cops are telling Dan to relax.
What the fuck does the sidewalk have to do with you searching his pockets?
Okay, now the sheriffs are going to be coming code 3 as backup because they got caught making an illegal stop.
They just call for code 3.
Look.
And look at the danger they just put the public in.
I mean, they call for a code 3 and instantaneous. Dude, their doors are
open. Hold on. Who the fuck do these cops think they are? Goddamn Rambo? They pull up and the door is open. He's doing 20 miles an hour and he's already has the door open. Like, these guys think they're motherfucking superheroes.
Yeah, like, holy shit.
Okay, look at how aggressive the sheriffs come in.
Fuck yeah.
Illegal stops.
Like, touch me, I dare you. Touch me, I dare you.
He told him to step back, and he took one step back, like I love to do.
Yep.
Okay, we got multiple more units coming in now.
And they pull up the same damn way.
They're running.
These fuckers must not have something to do.
Full panic and called in code 3 response.
Now, that's a little dude. There is 2 of them, and that's a little dude that is getting in his face. These people have mace, they have nightsticks, they have pepper spray, I said mace already. They have tasers. I mean, they even have a shotgun in that fucking car, okay? And this little dude is just pissed off, and they feel like they fucking have to have the cavalry come in to save their asses. Like, what fucking pussies?
Here's the thing, though, okay? Like, they called code fucking 3. They could have just been like, I need backup. And backup would have rolled in nice and calm and just been like, yo, is everything going all right? But no, they called code 3. That means use lights and sirens. Get your ass here right now. Something's going down. This dude was riding on the goddamn sidewalk with his bike.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not a waste
on that shit,
like, you gotta be the biggest bitch in the world. I mean, get here now, code 3. Like, that is a serious fucking call to make, and these guys are just, you know, they're, oh, this guy's being mean to me. He's yelling and stuff.
These guys are recording me, so please, you know, right now we're outnumbered, so please bring like 8 people here.
I mean,
because
what?
This makes it. This is going to make the situation go away.
These guys showed up with their own cameras. Why would they then show up with a camera and then videotape them assaulting an officer? What?
Yeah.
What? These cops, they're illogical, which they're unfit to be police if they can't even use simple logic like that. Oh, I feared for my life. Well, you're a pussy. You're a pussy.
Agreed.
Hey, officer, deputy, I think you need to tell your deputies to calm down a little bit.
What a disingenuous prick. Yeah, 1 second, I'll talk to you. And then with a fucking shit-eating grin on his face. Fuck you.
Right. So as you see now, he's out of the cuffs. He's back by his bike.
You guys know the riding on the sidewalk's not illegal, right? No, this is the city of Los Angeles. It's illegal in the city of Los Angeles. No, hey, hold on. I'm gonna get on my bike and ride on the sidewalk, okay? This is the city of Los Angeles.
Thank you for recognizing Terry, Ohio.
Look, now they're calling me more. Hey, you guys need to stop making illegal stops. It's legal to ride on the sidewalk. Now look at this. Look at how many units they bring in.
Jesus.
That's 8. That is 8 units, right? That is 4.
No. No, that's 9. That's 9 because this motherfucker counts as 2.
Riding bikes to go on the sidewalk. How you guys doing, deputies? Not very good. Your deputies are out of control. No, it's not my bike.
Oh, did I see 10?
It sounds like your deputies aren't educated.
Oh, there's 9 and 10 right there.
No, those are the first 2.
Oh, I'm saying this guy alone is 9 and 10. Well, he's 1 and 10 then. Whatever.
I think he's the douchebag of the week.
Yeah. He's. Look at him. Just look at his face. Look at his.
No, I'm sorry. Look at Mr. Happy over here on the left. He's like he kind of looks like he's like, I can't believe we're standing here for this bullshit.
Yeah. He's got that look on his face like, these motherfuckers made me drive all the way over here.
Busted with cameras, now you're getting in your car and leaving. Yeah, well, I busted you with my camera, making an illegal stop. Why? Why?
I don't need you joining us.
Yeah, but no one's being detained.
So you can't argue when they're arguing. You can't speak. You have no First Amendment right while they are exercising theirs.
Eat a dick.
I know. So I should be able to walk wherever I'd like to walk, right?
Well, no, we're conducting an investigation.
Investigation?
Investigation my ass.
What the
Your
fuck?
investigation is concluded.
I haven't been over there. I don't know.
Okay.
And then I'd say, well, am I being detained? Because you're asking me to stand over here, but I'm not being detained. So, fuck you. I'm going over there. I would be over there already.
Oh, yeah.
Explain to you what happened. Okay. Oh, they're fine. They're fine. Let me just... You guys got plenty of guns here. You guys are fine. Can I just explain to you what happened?
I told you in a minute, right?
Okay, let me just say one thing. You'll be able to see the full video on Onus News Service because I captured everything from the beginning to the end.
I know. Respect.
Okay. Okay.
He's like, oh, I know who you are.
Can I get your name? Perez. Nice to meet you, Deputy Perez.
Hold up, time out, pause it.
The other cop just cold shoulders his ass. This guy, when he's asked his name, he's like, oh yeah, it's right here. Here, take it. It's right here.
Here's my question though, right? This dude, when he showed up, he had his glasses on and everything. Why did he think the situation was intense enough that he needed to take off his glasses? Did he think a scuffle was going to happen? Did he think they were going to have to grip someone up?
Yeah, because, I mean, there's his glasses right there on his shirt.
Yeah. And just a few seconds ago, we were making fun of him, but he had his glasses on. So why do you have to take his glasses off? What did he think legitimately was going to happen?
I don't know.
They wanted something to happen.
So, is Tom Zebra detained right now?
I don't know. I haven't been over it.
Okay. Did one of the deputies called in a code 3 backup? Is that right? Okay.
You don't know. You got a radio on.
Yeah. Wait. You don't know. Why the fuck are you here then? Like, either somebody called you or you were just bored and saw some lights and showed up like everybody else does.
He was like, do you want to know? He was like, no. He was like, you don't want to know? He was like, just stand here. Like, I'd been like, fuck you. I'm not standing anywhere, and I would be walking circles around that motherfucker right now in defiance. Like, fuck you. I mean, I wish a cop would tell me that especially when I didn't do nothing wrong, that I had to stand in a spot because oh my god.
Eat my ass is what I would say.
Be parading around that motherfucker. If I had a trumpet, I'd be doing laps. Like, fuck you. All right, so I think we've seen enough of the video. We're down here at 10:30, and I think this is a good place to end. I think we had a fucking killer show.
Yeah.
So let's do our plugs and let's go to bed.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, I would love it if you guys would tune in to LRN.FM or copblock.org/show for this week's episode of Cop Block Radio. Now, this week is going to be extra awesome because not only do you have myself, Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block, you've got Severin Freeman of Lehigh Valley Cop Block, you've got the Derek J, and you've got the triumphant return of Dio Odalecki of the Greater Cleveland Cop Block Network. We are going to have one hell of a show this week and can't wait for everyone to be there tuning in and welcoming Dio back out to the free world.
I mean, I, for one, can't wait to hear what he has to say because...
Oh, yeah.
So I will definitely be tuning in. I will be there.
We're gonna have the call-in lines open so you can call in and talk to us. Say what's up to Dio. It's gonna be a show that's gonna be way the hell off the hook. So I can't wait for Wednesday. It's gonna be a blast.
All right. I want to talk to you guys really quick about an app called Cell 411. This is a great app. You can you can basically let your friends know when you're in trouble, like say you're arrested or you're being bullied or you see a fire or a burglary. You got all these little things, and basically you hit the alert, sends it out to you can either send it to everybody or just send it to your friends, and then they can get turn-by-turn directions to where you're at and even watch live streaming video if you so choose to provide. So Cell 411, it's a great app. They're making improvements to it all the time, so check that out.
Also, don't forget to go to copblock.org/store, ran by, once again, the great Dio Odalecki and also Ademo Freeman, where you can get yourself a shirt like you see on Mr. Rick Gonzalez saying, keep calm and film the police. You can get yourself
a shirt like mine. Well, actually, I think they discontinued this shirt. They may be selling off the last of the ones that they have, but yeah. This is
the badges don't grant extra right cards. You can get the hat, you can get the hoodie, the shirt.
You can even get your own shiny badge. That's not gonna give you extra rights, but it's a shiny badge anyways, and you can get one.
Absolutely. So there's a whole bunch of fun stuff that you can get there, but once again, like every week, I am Matt of Carbon County Cop Block.
I am Scott Marshall of the Oath Accountability Project, soon to change.
Rick Gonzalez from Allentown Cop Block. Don't forget to show up at June 2nd, the meetup event, and on November 5th, the Mass March in Allentown.
Absolutely. So once again, this was an awesome episode of Cop Blast Podcast. Can't wait to see you guys next week here at 9:30 p.m. Have yourself a good and safe week. Don't forget to film the police, and like always, man, stay safe out there. Take it easy, guys.